In this video, I drive for Uber Eats for 3 hours here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I have a rough start. I have hacks for you to avoid bad orders and excessive miles on your vehicle, and I have my first ever shop on arrival order, so let's get into it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. On this channel, I help you with the gig economy, your side hustle, your full-time hustle, making money and creating multiple revenue streams. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So going online, of course, here in Pittsburgh on Uber Eats here, let's check out our first order. Online right here, 4:15 p.m., ready to make money. Let's get our first order, waiting in a good zone here. Let's see what happens on the app here, and nothing's happening. So let me ask you this, how long do you have to wait for an order? Because I don't know about you, but it's kind of concerning when you're ready to go, and there's of course always other things you could be doing, and you go online, you're ready to make money, and 10 minutes later, still nothing. So 4:25, again, still nothing, but here's a hack for you. Here's what I would do, and let me know if you agree with this down below in the comments, is we always want to stage, AKA wait, in hotspots. Those are areas that are dense with restaurants and hopefully dense with order requests. And we park and we wait because that's going to minimize those miles. You don't want to be driving around waiting for an order. And I would wait. I would put my faith in those hotspots, in the research that I've seen that this is a good place to wait. And here's why. Because just after that, yes, 10 minutes after initially going online, I get this order request that is really for the restaurant right next to me. So it's a stacked order. It's 2 assignments or more for one driver. This one at $15.39, a very strong dollars to mile ratio, 3.1 miles here, and 36 minutes to complete. I'm not kidding, check it out. It is literally right next to where I was parked. And again, I'm waiting there because that's a hotspot in this marketplace. So sure, you can kind of move around, and if you would move around, I would really only move maybe 1 to 3 minutes away, and of course, to another hotspot. Now, here's a nice little curveball and why market expertise is so important. Now, if you're not driving on Uber Eats, or if you do drive on Uber Eats, you've probably seen this before, but the app is sending an order request as you're finishing your prior request. So this one, $8.09, 2.9 miles. And actually, I almost took this until I saw the ending destination. That East Station Square, West Station Square Drive intersection, that is in, well, there you go, Station Square here in Pittsburgh. And I knew that's not an area that I wanted to deliver to because I just know it's not as dense as my current zone. And I just wanted to show you this one quickly here because, yeah, there's sub $3 orders here, $2.50. I mean, they send this to you because it's just 1.2 miles, 16 minutes, but I mean, not worth the effort here, decline. And this is all happening within a matter of minutes here. And again, even though the shift started out slow, I would trust my market research that I'll get better orders because I looked at this one for a while. So it's $23.63. Now, it's a stacked order. It is 8.1 miles, and it's gonna take an hour. Now, this one is very, very tricky, and I think this is really gonna be market dependent. Actually, let us know down below in the comments, would you take this? Basically, $24 for an hour, which sounds pretty decent. But looking at my marketplace here, I'm gonna have to drive north up here. It is a more rural zone, and I'm gonna have to at least come back across the river to get into a busy zone again, but a lot of orders in that zone pull me again across the river up this direction. So because of all of that combined, I did decline this one. And then don't forget about the black screen hack. I feel like I've seen less of it here in Pittsburgh. Let me know if it's the same for your marketplace. But remember, if you get any order and it's like this, it's a black screen, you can close out of your driver app, you can go back in, and now you can actually see the very important route details as far as, okay, where is this exactly pulling me? But I mean, just what we recently talked about, really the magic equation, if you will, when it comes to food delivery. So we want as many orders as possible in a given hour for the shortest distance, but the highest pay. So that kind of looks like this. So $6.50, it's just 1.5 miles, and it's 17 minutes. From my experience, that's basically as high of a pay as you're gonna get here. And I believe there was some small surge bonus pay as well here. And the miles, again, 1.5, and then the time is 17 minutes. So theoretically, this is trending towards, let's say, 3 or maybe 4 deliveries in an hour. And a good sign that we're in a busy zone here is a stacked order. It's an add-on order with Uber Eats here. So $2.52 extra for just a half a mile. But I'm declining this one because it's an additional 18 minutes. And again, it's sub $3. But I will take this one. So really just a minute or a few seconds later here for an additional $7.54. And it's basically the same miles here, 1.6 for an additional 25 miles. I'm okay with that because the pay is fair. And then honestly, you can see where I'm parked versus the next pickup. It's basically within walking distance. So no having to park again, no even having to drive anywhere else to make that second pickup very easy. Remember the black screen hack going out of the Uber Eats app, just closing it and then going back in it to see the entire route? Well, we can do it to expand routes as well. So this one, 1127, but I really wanted to see how far away it was gonna pull me. So again, to see that entire route, just close your app quickly here because you do have a timer and then go back in. The next one here, Panera, very good at $8.49 and a very strong dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? So here's an interesting stacked order. You're gonna see why here in a second. But assume that you've accepted, right, that Panera order that I just showed you. Would you accept this add-on order? It's $12.37 extra for 3.2 miles, an additional 26 minutes. Pretty good, but it's from Chipotle. Chipotle, one of the sticking points in the food delivery space that sometimes just gets so busy that there's a big backup, and this location specifically has had that happen sometimes. So what do you think? Well, I accepted it, and actually it was immediately ready. And actually, I feel like Uber Eats is getting better with this, with the Jimmy John's, with Five Guys, with the Wendy's, maybe a little bit there on the Wendy's, but with the Chipotle, that they're getting better. Let me know if you agree with that. Okay, now it's time for something that, yeah, I have never seen driving on Uber Eats because I believe it's new, but it's time for the first shop or order on arrival order. So yeah, order or shop on arrival order request. This one, $18.64 for 4.6 miles for 32 minutes. So I did the close and reopen app hack here to see the rest of the route here. And the ending destination, it's in a good area. And I mean, dollars to mile really makes sense here. The dollars to time even really makes sense here. And honestly, I was going back and forth. Should I accept it? Should I decline it? And I took it down to the last second and I did decline it. Here's why. When I've done order and pay orders on DoorDash using their DoorDash Red Card, it's always a gamble in my opinion. Is the restaurant busy, right? So yeah, it's projected this one to take 32 minutes, but is there actually gonna be a line? Is it actually gonna be just backed up when you get there? And again, you have to get there, then place the order, and then wait. Now, another big problem with this was I was not familiar with this Lot 17. So if it was a Walgreens or a CVS, somewhere that I was familiar with, I mean, that's retail. I could have gone in there and had the list, hopefully a small list of items, and shopped and then check out with the Uber Plus card. I feel like that would have been easy enough. But I didn't know, was this a restaurant? Was this some kind of, I don't know, boutique or retail? I didn't know. So that combined, I declined it. Now you can do this quickly if you can while that timer is basically running down here, but you can open Google Maps. You can just find out, you can look it up and say, okay, what is this place? And I didn't do this until after. Turns out it's a bar and grill. But I mean, especially with a bar and grill, again, I'm a little concerned there with any potential delays. Let me know if you've had this or if you would have accepted that down below in the comments. And I don't feel like it would have been wrong to accept that either. But risk versus reward, I mean, I'm taking this one. It's basically the same payout. It's actually a little bit more. It's $19.50. It's a stacked order. It's a pickup from the same restaurant. So I don't have to worry about driving to two different restaurants here. It is 6.4 miles. And again, basically the same time here, 31 minutes. So I was happy with this and ending in a destination that I wanted to head to anyway. So I was glad I got this one instead. So a 3-hour drive-in shift here in Pittsburgh on a little bit of surge pay. So about $1 to $1.50 surge pay. Really not a ton tonight. So let's look at the numbers because I feel like it's decent, but let's find out how it was. So tonight's shift from 4:15 p.m. until 7:15 p.m. And actually during the filming of this, I received 2 additional tips that I didn't initially have here. So it brought up the total gross revenue to $70.36. That makes the gross revenue per hour, really what I was calculating, at 19 to 21 an hour. Now it's at $23.45 per hour. Now that is a touch lower than the $25 an hour that we're really aiming for this year. But I mean, if that's your low days, your slow days, maybe 19, 21, $23 an hour, I think that's okay. During this shift, I completed 8 deliveries, received 8 tips as well, with an average tip of $4.42. I drove 20.1 business miles for a payout very strong per mile here, $3.50. And based on those business miles, I get a tax deduction of $11.26. I truly believe the market research, the knowledge of the closing apps, going back into it and making sure that I don't accept bad orders or orders that would have taken me way out of my busy zone here. And again, just being smart with accepting the best orders. I think, like we saw really in this shift here, it may turn a mediocre day or what might have been a slower day into a better performing, more money making shift. So if you got value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.